So I guess we can slowly start. Once again, hello to everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. And today, on this session, I would like to tell you, together with my colleague Anna Lvovskaya, who is present with us also today, about the global track and actually our international business development strategy on the new focus markets for the upcoming year of 2022. So if you will have any questions, please write them in the chat so you won't forget them. And we will answer them actually during the end of our presentation when there will be the round table. So here you can see the agenda. We will go briefly point by point about telling you what is 1C International basically, because in some parts of the world, the company is still unknown. And also then Anna will tell us about the partner challenge development roadmap. Then we'll talk briefly about the strategy, and then we'll have invited speakers during the session, our partners who have achieved successes during the 2021, sharing this experience with you. And after that, we'll have a short coffee break or break for lunch to replenish our strength for the last upcoming part, which is actually telling you about what exact steps we do take to take opportunity of the market through the pilot projects. And after that, we will have a Q&A session answering your questions that there will be during the presentation that you will write in the chat. So don't hesitate, use the chat box as soon as you will have any questions. Let us start with the first part. So 1C International, what is the company? Well, telling you about 1C International and not telling about 1C would be a sin from my side, because actually this is our headquarters company. We're a daughter of the big mother called 1C. And 1C company, I would say, is one of the largest IT companies in Russia, which has a huge share of the market. Basically, it has a huge backstory, and it was founded in 1991, basically after the Soviet Union fell. And there was an opportunity to uptake the market niche of the IT software. Basically, that's what our company did. And right now, 1C is a huge competitor to other tier 1 vendors, according to the official statistics, and one of the market leaders in Russia, basically. And you know, as we understand, all the markets, they have their capabilities and their limits. That is why 1C company from Russia and CIS, it started to move and to go international. So that is the time 5 years ago when our company was founded as well. So basically, we're an international division of this large European software vendor from Russia. And during the course of 5 years, we have accomplished to achieve around 160 partners worldwide, which are all mostly international and local in their countries. What do we actually do? The first one, as the vendor of the solutions, we develop and localize 1C products. We have some solutions that were created by us. We have some solutions that were localized from Russia or from CIS practices because they actually fit with their objectives, with the objectives of the international markets. Also, we're in charge of developing the partners ecosystem because partners is our main strength. We do not work directly with the customers. So partners are the ones who are doing the implementation projects, the customizations, the act as the first line of support. And also we're in charge of onboarding and education of our partners, of which Anna will tell us later in the presentations in more details. Also, there is a huge boost from our side because we have our own marketing team, which helps with all kinds of marketing materials like brochures, presentations, leaflets, and also a huge help comes from the lead generation campaigns in which we are very successful and strong, basically. As I've said before, 1C is not just like a solution. It's a whole ecosystem of around 8,000 partners in the world. Well, if you ask in Russia, what is 1C? Everybody will tell you that 1C is accounting solution, which to some extent is true because in Russia it acts as the accounting standard, but basically it's more than that. 1C acts as the framework for the development of all kinds of different solutions. And this framework actually supports 21 languages. One of them, the last one that was translated, is Arabic, which gives us and our partners a lot of opportunities to go to the Middle East countries as well. And basically in the local markets, as I've said before, we're quite dominant and have a lot of customers of different sizes, different industries, different scales, and etc. So we know how the companies work. We just need to transfer this functionality, this knowledge to the other markets in which we do work. How do we do that? How we can achieve that? Well, it is all achievable thanks to the technology of our main framework, as we call it, 1C Enterprise. So 1C Enterprise is basically a framework, a solution by itself, which helps and which enables you to develop your own applications. The main capability and the main advantage of this solution would be the ability to support all kinds of unique processes of the end users. So you basically just need to understand what the customer needs from the solution, and then you can either develop your own solution from scratch for your customers or customize the solutions that are already pre-built by us as the vendor. This is all possible, and the flexibility of the framework is the main advantage, I would say. So basically how it all works, there is a framework which is called 1C Enterprise. And no 1C application, no application from the backlog of 1,500 solutions, it doesn't work without the framework itself. So all the applications are based on it and they work based on it. How we achieve such kind of flexibility in our solutions? Well, the first one is we have an open code philosophy. Basically, it means that if you know the programming language of 1C, you can customize this code. You can change it to the objectives for each individual customer or for the local practices of the market, which is very helpful for us to create the localized versions of the solutions for each individual market. Also, it has a lot of pre-built objects and low-coded in itself, which means that there are some objects that are already developed for you. No need to invent the bicycle every once again in a while. We support all kinds of implementation models from on-premises to cloud to SaaS, and also the framework for the mobile development and deployment. And also the ease of integrations with all kinds of third-party solutions. Not only just solutions like HR, accounting, other ERPs of which we had experience, but also with the equipment, which is quite helpful because sometimes the companies who use, for example, barcode scanners, weighted scales, and etc., they need to also integrate it with the solution, which we of course can support and which we can do. In terms of the solutions that we have for the international market, of course, there is a huge backlog of Russian solutions, but we cannot take them just as it is and go with them to the international market. Of course, there will be a question regarding the language localization, the functional localization, because no market is the same as the other one. We totally understand that. And that is why we basically develop our own applications. One of them is 1C Drive, and I would say that would be one of our most famous and most important solutions that we have for the international market. So basically, 1C Drive is the ERP for small and medium, I would say for growing businesses as we position it right now. And also there is a 1C ERP solution, which is the same ERP system, but for larger scale companies with multi-stage production, with multi-stage planning, and more complex business processes. That doesn't mean that we stop there. we of course have some plans to present to the markets different other solutions. One of them would be 1C CPM. So this is like the solution to consolidate all the reports in the holdings from other subsidiary companies. The strategy regarding the CPM and how we developed, how we try to develop it right now, I will come to that later during our presentation. And also 1C document management, which is mostly famous as the ECM system on the nowadays market. And basically, this solution is quite popular in our Vietnamese partner, 1C Vietnam, where it was localized fully for the market. That doesn't mean that we also stop there, because we encourage our partners to take 1C Enterprise as the framework or any other solution like 1C Drive or 1C ERP, and to develop something of their own for their industry, for their objectives. Anything that is developed by our partners can be distributed by themselves in their market or in any other market, in any other country in collaboration with other partners. So this is like an ecosystem, and you can take full advantage of something that you developed for your customers. I would like to talk mostly about 1C Drive. As I've said before, this is the solution that was created specifically for the foreign markets outside of Russia and CIS. You may know, some of you may know maybe the elder brother of 1C Drive, the Russian solution, which is called 1C UNF, but basically it's a totally different solution as of right now, because it was totally redeveloped and was created into the generic version fit for the objectives of the any company working in the international markets, having the international activities, and basically it has all the modules that are required for their day-to-day activities. With 1C Drive, we basically start our business activities in the country. To that I will also come a little later in my presentation. What we're trying to achieve with it, as it is the solution for the growing companies which are not having like a very great scales and very complex business processes, in our thoughts, it's easier to start the business with it. So that is why we're trying to focus on it on the first stages. And in the end, we're trying to achieve the localized versions, not only in terms of the languages inside of the UI of the solution, but also in terms of the functionality, to localize it in terms of the functions, maybe some specific taxes for the country, for the region, or any other functionality which there must be in order to create a product business with the solution in the market. In terms of the industries that 1C Drive is targeted at, basically the main industries that we're looking into are distribution services and job shop manufacturing. By job shop, we mean on-demand manufacturing, on-demand services. For example, like the repair of telephones or repair of cars. Basically, no order is the same as the previous one. Everything is unique during the production or services. In these industries, we see the most potential from our experience, our vast experience, which also takes into consideration all the activities of our partners, which were before 1C International was created. But that doesn't mean that we stop only on these industries. We're also looking forward to see whether or not 1C Drive fits your customer or your business ideas on other industries, because as I've said before, 1C solutions can be easily customized to specific needs. And that is why if you will have any idea on how to promote 1C Drive to other industries, please don't hesitate to contact us and let's discuss in more details. Last year, we also divided 1C Drive into two different versions. One of them is specifically for sales and services companies. It doesn't have the production module with the bill of materials, the work schedules, with the work orders and something like that. I will say that it has the basic functionality for like an easy to do manufacturing, like one stage production, one stage assembling, so to connect two parts maybe, but that's it. You cannot make the work orders like of a complex production. For those objectives, there is a once drive with the production. But the main question that we always, as business development managers, get is that how do we start with it? Of course, it's very hard to take something that is unfamiliar for you and you haven't heard about it, how we can learn about it, what is the roadmap for our development, for our education, how we can know more about the solution. About this part, I would like to give the virtual floor to my colleague Anna Lvovskaya, the Partner Success Manager, who will tell us more about what approaches do we have to raise the competencies within our partners. Once again, I would like to remind you, if you will have any questions, please do not hesitate to write them in the chat box, so we will answer them during the end of our presentation. So thank you, Anna. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for introducing me, Egor. Can you hear me okay? Because I get some awkward noises. Everything okay?
Actually, I can hear you perfectly well.
Perfect. So let's hope that everyone also hears me okay. Hello, everyone. It's really nice to see you all. My name is indeed Anna Lvovskaya. I'm Partner Success currently. I'm Partner Success Manager at OneC International. This means that I'm in charge of all the partnership program, and if you have any kind of questions regarding how partnership program at OneC International works, please never hesitate to ask me. My email will be at the end of the presentation, but you can also ask your business development manager. This person will get your question to me and I will contact you directly. So today I will tell you a little bit first about our partnership program and how it works, about which opportunities we have for the partners. I know that for some of you, this information will be a bit repetitive, but still it is important to put that out there. So what is our partner network currently? Of course, we've got a huge partner network on our, say, local market, CIS market. We've got nearly 8,000 partners over there, but we've been working for quite a lot. And this is why we've got partners on all of the continents currently, except for Antarctica, but we're still talking to the penguins. Maybe they will join the partnership network shortly. Anyhow, we've got really partners all around the world. Of course, different regions, in different regions, we've got different amount of partners, some of the regions are more important for us currently, but still we're really open. If you have business ideas on how to develop OneC products, OneC business in your region, never hesitate to talk to us. We are a really open company. We're a daughter company of a very big company, which means that we've got resources, but also we've got this startup vibe within us. So why join OneC International Partner Ecosystem? First of all, the thing that is very important are our products and our technologies. Egor has talked about it just like 5 minutes ago. These are really scalable and flexible products. Everything is based on OneC enterprise development platform that has been being worked on for more than 30 years, has got lots of clients and users all around the world. And all of this together gives our partners a possibility to implement solutions really easily and then to adjust them to the client's needs if the client's needs change on the way. Also, all the solutions are really cost effective, and this gives our partners a possibility to work with different kinds of clients and grow with the clients. I mean, start with the really smaller companies and then grow together with the client when they are growing and getting bigger and bigger. Also, we give a lot of support to our partners. That means the implementation support from the technical point of view and also marketing support. I will talk about it a little bit later. And as I already said, we're on the market for more than 30 years and we're not going anywhere. This is our reliability point. So what kind of partners we have around the world? Basically any kind of partners, because we know how to work with companies that are just starting with us. They're just like recommending our products to their clients. We're working with partners that are our value-added resellers. That means that they're selling the products, they're doing the implementation, and then they're supporting their clients. And of course, our most experienced partners are developing their own solutions based on our existing solutions. Say, for example, this could be some verticalization or an add-on for OneC Drive, or their own application based on OneC Enterprise Development Platform. Okay, we've got different partner levels, and this actually makes sense. How do we separate those levels? First of all, from the margin point of view, when you just start with us, you are a professional partner. This means that you get 35% margin of all the license sales. You're distributing OneCI products. You've got one or more certified employees. I will talk a little bit later about the certification programs. Then when you get more and more experience, you get more clients. Of course, we understand that it's great working with you, and you get to the expert level. Great. What is the difference? First of all, you've got bigger margin of all the license sales, but also with this, I'd say, force comes the responsibility. We want to make sure that you've got enough certified employees to work with the clients. This is why we ask you to pass more certifications. And then when you're a very experienced partners, you're doing lots of sales, you've got lots of clients, you're in the champion level. At this moment, you get the maximum margin possible in our partnership program, 55%. And we're like, basically, you would be one of our most important partners in the region. But it's not only about the margin of licenses, because of course we want to work with you, we want to grow together with you, we want to grow OneC business together with your business. This means that we're trying to work as closely as possible with our partners from the very beginning. Right now on the screen, you see some examples of how we work with partners on different levels. And you see that the more experienced the partner is, the more possibilities to work together we have. First of all, of course, we've got marketing materials that we provide from the very beginning. We have some technical support documentation, we've got pre-sales materials. We have an access to OneC International Academy. These are video courses about OneC Enterprise. Once you pass one course, you can certify and get a certificate that you're OneC Junior Developer or OneC Senior Developer. This is very important because if you have got new employees that are not experienced in OneC Enterprise, or if you have just started working with OneC, it's really important to have the possibility to learn the technology online in a very fast and efficient way. And of course, the thing that is very new for us, and I will talk specifically about it for quite some time, it is our onboarding program. So this is the program that we offer to our partners in order to make their work with us much more efficient, and in order to help them start working with the clients much faster. We understand that working with new technology and working with new product is always a big effort. This is why we have created this onboarding program, that the goal of which is to make our partners certified consultants and certified developers of OneC technologies. Then, once you have passed the onboarding program, you have several clients, you're an expert, then we offer different kind of joint marketing activities. It really depends on the region, on the way we, together with you, see fit to develop our business in this region. This can be participation in some events. Of course, now we have got COVID, so there are nearly no offline events, but there are some online events. Maybe we can talk about some publicity in online magazines or something like that. Maybe we could create something completely new that is relevant only for your territory, only for your country. And then for the experts, there are some joint PR activities with our marketing team. It actually really, it's hard to put anything more concrete on the slide, because our marketing team works with countries all around the world, and there are so many different things that they're doing. So it's hard even to give a good example. For instance, last year we participated in a hackathon in Colombia, in one of the biggest Colombian universities. Basically, the goal was to promote the technology of OneC Enterprise, all in all, and specifically product OneC Drive within the community of developers. And it actually did work really well, really well. So now getting back to this new thing that we have in our partnership program, the onboarding program. I will try to be brief, but still it is a presentation full of, full of information. First, I will talk a little bit what it is, then I'll tell you what the goals are, which tracks we have, what we expect from the partner when he is studying on the onboarding program, and then we'll talk a little bit about the stages of the program that we have. So what is our idea? What is this program? These are basically online sessions on the products from our experts on Once Enterprise and on Once Drive core functionality. And of course, there are some more sessions with our business development managers and with our marketing managers sometimes as well. Then there is a whole plan done for new partners for them to have the possibility to learn themselves, because we've got a lot of materials that we provide. And after that, we've got a series of Q&A sessions if some questions arise when the partners team starts actually working with the products. At the end of the day, after the onboarding program, you also, of course, have got the access to our support team, and we're here to help you during all the time we're partners. So what are the goals? First of all, we want to let you know how to work with us, whom to address on our team, how to promote the products that we have, which technological advantages you can point out to your clients. And then we've got another track, I would say. We want to teach you, to explain to you how to work with Once Enterprise Development Platform, how to work with Once Drive, how to change something, how to adjust something for the client's needs. At the end of the day, our aim is to give you as partners certified developers and consultants that will feel very comfortable working with Once EI products. We've got two tracks. First track is developers track. This is a track about Once Enterprise Development Platform, of course. Basically, during this track, we will go through the junior developers course. Of course, this will be just the beginning for your developers, but it's very important to do this, first stage with a good teacher in order to guide you through the whole course. Then there is a consultant track, sorry. This is for your consultants, and we've got actually two types of consultants here. We've got a track for Once Drive and a track, we are just starting a track for consultants for Once ERP. So what are the prerequisites? What do we expect from the partner? Because of course, you see that this is a big program. We will need your resources. First of all, at least 2 of your employees, or maybe 1 employee who will be passing both tracks, 1 consultant and 1 engineer. What should be the background of those people? It's important to know that both the developer and the consultant shouldn't start from scratch. The developer should have some experience of development on any basically programming language. The consultant should have experience working with ERP systems. And it's important to know that onboarding program is being done in English, Spanish, and Turkish currently. Maybe we will add some more languages this year, but currently these are only 3 languages that we work on. And different waves are in different languages. So if you want to join, don't hesitate to contact your business development manager. He will organize everything so you don't miss the wave on the language that you want to listen to. And of course, we expect you to understand that your employees really will pass some time on the onboarding program. 3 months will be the most active, but then they will still need some time, maybe for some additional Q&A sessions, because there will be some online activities and there might be some work offline, depending on how many projects you have, how you work with your employees, etc., etc. So you see, this is a very big thing, this onboarding program. Now you see on the screen all the stages that we have. Basically, you will work, if you are doing this onboarding program, basically you will work with people from all of the teams of Once International, starting from sales and marketing team, then support team, and then sometimes business development team as well. And I also wanted to point out that this is not only the program for our new partners. This is also a program where we will be happy to see our existing partners who maybe decide to start working with One Drive or with One ERP, or if you have got some employees that are new employees and it would be important for them to pass those classes. If that is the case, don't hesitate to talk to your business development manager or to me directly. I will organize the whole thing. To sum up, what is OneC International Vendor Support Program? From the very beginning, we've got training courses, we've got this onboarding program that I've been talking for quite a lot of time. And what we provide is support during the first implementations of the product, so that you wouldn't feel lost with your first clients. And throughout all of the partnership, what we provide are lead generation campaigns in our key regions. This means that we just give the leads to our local partners to work with. Some kind of joint marketing activities, really depending on the region. And of course, all the way along, technical support, documentation, and updates are always here for you. So please join OneCI partner ecosystem, or if you're already there and have questions, don't hesitate to ask. My email is on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna, for this comprehensive idea on how we can support our partners in their first steps. Because of course, as you've said before, we do totally understand that it's very hard to start with something new for you. So that is the idea that we're trying to give to our partners, that we won't leave you alone, and there will be any support that you would require. We will look into that and help you in any way possible. So now let us jump into the next part of our presentation, which is what do we actually do after we receive the partners who have already went through the onboarding, who know actually how OneC application works. What is the strategy of ours? How do we see it, basically, how to move on with any new markets for us? Well, basically, our strategy is divided into three parts. The first one is the start. Of course, we do some kind of the cabinet research of the regions that we have in mind. And in those regions, we find the most relevant and the most positive in terms of the small and medium business markets, the countries. Why small and medium businesses? Because in our idea is that to start the projects within the enterprise level companies, it's a very long way and a very risky one. So we're trying to make guerrilla-like approach, basically, to start with the small and medium, to see how the market responds to the functionality of OneC solutions. And from there to find the local partners with whom we are able to start the pilot project, basically, to validate the need or the absence of the need of localizing the OneC Drive solution, and the need to basically create the MVP, the minimal viable product, for the first customers, if it's relevant for the market. And basically the idea of that is actually to obtain the references of the implementations. The first idea is to understand what else needs to be developed in the product, if there is a need for that, and to obtain the references to understand which industries, which spheres are more relevant for the OneC Drive solution. From there, we basically start promoting more actively the OneC Drive solutions. We launched the lead generation campaigns in which we have a huge success. For example, in Latin America, it was a huge success during the last year, and I will talk about that in a few minutes. We start promoting other OneC solutions as well, because we will try to build a channel of local partners for OneC Drive and start promoting it, of course. But as well, as I've said before, we have other products in our portfolio we will try to do the same steps that we have done with the solution Once Drive, but with the Once ERP solution. So we'll start searching for the local partners and start the pilot projects with Once ERP to validate the localization need as well for the Once ERP solution. After that, of course, we'll try to open the partner training courses in the local languages. For now, we have them in Turkish and Spanish. Basically, we'll start building a society of 1C developers. And on the third stage, it's like called exploding growth, but it will be a further growth of the partner channel for 1C Drive. What that basically means is that we will try to distribute the roles of each partner in the region, so to minimize the competition between the partners, because we don't want the partners to like fight about the projects. We'll just help to define the roles by geography or by the industries of the professionalism of each partner. So to build also a channel of local partners for other 1C solutions like 1C ERP, 1C DM, 1C CPM. And also we'll start promoting promotion of original products built by our partners based on the framework. So we will encourage our partners to develop their own application based on 1C Enterprise or any other 1C solution. So in the end, we will see which one of them is the most potential one. And of course, we will try and help them with the promotion of these solutions, maybe even outside of their country as well. Well, of course, we totally understand that no country is the same. And this strategy is like theoretically effective. But in each country, the successes are different. And this slide is just to give you the idea how this strategy is implemented and how is it going on so far on different markets, which we consider to be on the stage 2 or 3 or somewhere in between them. The first one, for example, Turkey. It has more than 30 partners currently, and the roles of each partner, their competencies are well distributed between them. So 1C Drive is quite popular. As I've said before, we have a Turkish version of 1C Drive, which you can check on our website with a full localization in terms of functionality and language as well. Also, last year we have created an investigation of the market and came to a conclusion that basically 1C CPM solution, which is the consolidation of the report, is fitting the market, and there is an opportunity for this solution as well. And that basically means that we're now in the middle of discussing with one of the local partners on how to present this solution to the market, whether there is a need for the localization. And this year we are planning to come to the first pilot project with this complex solution. And also last year we have accomplished a number of different projects of different scale, and basically the scale not only in the quantity of sales, but in the quality of the projects. The bigger companies with more working places and employees and more complex projects come to an understanding that 1C Drive is fitting their businesses. So that means that we're expecting Turkey to be on the boom, on the rise next year, this year basically, as well. In Poland, there is around 15 partners. The same that is done with 1C CPM is being currently done with 1C ERP solution, the bigger brother of 1C Drive. There was some project success with 1C ERP, and now from our side, we want to fix that success and maybe come to the box solution of 1C ERP for Poland. And also we, together with the local partner BSols, we understood that there is a need and there's an opportunity to present 1C Drive in the cloud. So this year we will try to get more clients for 1C Drive in cloud as well. Germany, I would say, is rather a conservative market and a very hard one to develop business there. So that is why we're not trying to rush things very fast. And we're trying to understand as much before we start all of our main activities as possible. So we have done this market research together with our local BDM in Germany, and had a lot of insights. For instance, not only we're searching for the partners and the end clients in our lead generation campaigns, but we also tried to launch the lead generation campaign for the consultants, which have a strong opinion and a strong, they have a strong capabilities to affect the opinion of the end users. The clients usually have the try to consult with these consultants on whether or not to purchase the solution. So the market is very hard, and we're trying to even make a stronger local presence there. That is why also in Germany, we launched the same as in Poland, Once You Drive in Cloud, together with the partner Once You Germany. And this year, we're expecting that all the researches and the preparations that we've done for the market so far would help us to develop the business there. And in Colombia, actually, we accomplished the creation of the local accounting and payroll within Once You Drive, and accomplished several pilot projects in 2021. Also, we're having a local support and the local presence with our BDM and our onboarding team with the local language. So looking forward to develop the business there. But in terms of the new focus regions and countries that we see in our shortlist, we divide the world by 4 regions: Europe, APAC, Middle East, and Africa, and Americas. And in bold black, you can see the new focus markets that we as the vendors see a potential in. In Europe, they would be Italy, where we already had some approaches to creating the box of the solution. And in other ones, we also are expecting to have some results. For APAC, the main focus of ours will be in Indonesia, because there's a huge number of small and medium companies, around 63 million, according to what we understood so far. But we do not write off other countries because, for example, in 2020, we have started a huge project with One ERP solution in the Philippines. So that means that the demand is there. In the Middle East countries, thanks to what I've said before, we have an Arabic language in the framework. That means that we can localize our solution to the Arabic language as well. Together with our partner, we last year accomplished several pilot implementations with the references. And this year, we're actually looking forward to go deeper into the market. And in Americas, the situation is very interesting, because this is the first region where the creation of the box solution in Colombia can be scaled to other countries. Basically, we can take this box to Chile, Mexico, and Ecuador, and with minor adjustments to present Once You Drive box solution there as well. In blue bold, you can see the countries where we already are having activities thanks to the efforts of our partners, which are quite successful. Basically, some of these partners, like Once Vietnam and Once Force Mongolia, they were having the business long before Once International was started. And it appears to be that our objectives on those markets are quite the same. And it basically means that we're looking forward to support those partners and to their successes. For instance, in United Arab Emirates, our partner has developed their own cloud application for accounting solution, and also the ERP, which is totally fit for different market niches, especially for the construction industry. And they're having a rise in their revenue shares year by year. And the USA is totally discrete country, because it's one of the most competitive. And later during our presentation, our partner for the USA, Once Sapo, will tell us more about their success of working in the USA. For the countries that are in italic, I would say that these are the countries that our partners came to us and told us that they would like to try and work in these countries. Basically, they see a potential in it. With this, I would like to tell that if you will have any ideas about which markets would fit your business ideas, your needs, or your vision, we're totally open for the discussion. And if you will have any idea on where to move, also apart from the countries or in the countries mentioned in the slides, don't hesitate to write to us. We'll be glad to discuss with you in more details the plans that you have for the countries. But what milestones and what exactly do we need to understand in order to say, yes, this market is potentially interesting to develop business in? The first one is, of course, the attractiveness that I've told you about before. Are there any opportunities for 1C Drive or any other 1C solutions whatsoever? Is there any value, additional value for the customers that we can bring to the market that was not there before in terms of the maybe localization? Because, for instance, as we understood so far in Middle East countries, little to no ERPs actually support Arabic language. So that is one example of the value that can be brought to the market with 1C solutions. The localization, whether there is a need to localize the solution in terms of the language or the legal or functional requirements. Do we need to create some kind of an MVP in order to get to those pilots and receive the references to scale the business according to the second stage of our strategy? These kinds of questions. The partnership, what is the partner's profile and what would be the work model with this partner? What would be his role, whether he wants to work with the pre-built solutions, whether he wants to develop his own application, like the vertical. This is also discussed before we start the activities and adjusted during the activities as well. So we're quite flexible and welcome any kind of partners to our partnership ecosystem. And in terms of the marketing, how we can tell and raise the awareness of 1C solutions and 1C company basically in the market, how we can launch the lead gen campaigns, how we can position our products, how we can make the researches. And about all these kinds of parts, I will tell later in the presentation during the last part. But for right now, we can tell you a lot about that. We basically can do what we can do and what we want to do during our strategy. But I totally understand that it is mostly interesting for all of you to look into the real cases, how our partners work, about their experience of working with 1C solutions, about their experience with meeting with the market needs, with the complexities, and etc., etc. So that is why we also invited to this session our three partners. I'm sorry, yeah. So three of our partners with their three success stories. 1C Sapa and its CEO, Andrei Sapa, will tell us about his experience of working with 1C Drive in the USA market, one of the most competitive ones. Iron Logic from Australia will tell us about their experience of creating their own solution for logistics companies within Australia. And NFP company will tell us about their experience of working with within the 1C ERP solution with their complex projects in a very exotic, I would say, market. So let me just welcome Andrei and his part regarding how he works with the USA market.
Hello, my name is Andrew Sapa.
Perfect, thank you.
1C Sapa. My presentation will be about how we do 1C Drive on USA market. So why we choose USA? Because USA is the #1 economy in the world. In the USA, they have #1 of payable business, not just registered. More than 35 million actually of active business registered by now in the US. So the market is very huge and it gives us very huge advantages. Also, accounting suite from 1C company show good results year to year, and we wanted to expand. So we decided to start it with USA. So just our quick milestones. We established in 1997. By now we have more than 2,000 clients. We are first 1C center of support in Kazakhstan. We are 1C distributor in Kazakhstan and in Turkmenistan. I have a huge experience in writing courses in 1C world. So we have 1C Education Center number 5, and where we write 1C courses for KZ and now for US. So our first attempt in international was in 2017. We started with new countries in 2020, and first results from USA market we have in 2021. So in 2019, it was our first big step to go international. We attended expos, conferences, done some demos and pre-sales in New York, Miami. We done first pilot projects with beauty salons, and we started our first localization steps. It goes VAT and sales tax because it's very important to calculate taxes correctly. 2020 was our action year. We done lots of demos, like 83 demos. So it was 1.5 per week. We done first our 2 integrations. We had 4 clients. We have local workers in the USA. And by the end of this year, we won 1C Project of the Year with one of our project. 2021 was very interesting for everybody, and it was a pandemic growth for us. There are our highlights project. This is one in Dubai, one in the US, and one in Mauritius. So just a quick review. Pommes Pizza Dubai, they produce a pizza for delivery. Very nutrition and wellness. This is a nutrition services in one of the hospital in the US, and Nilix. They produce shoes in Mauritius and export them everywhere in the world. So 2 of them won 1C Project of the Year in 2021. So what we learned from those years, because something we didn't understand. So every client is our big deal. During the year, we began to pay attention not only to sale of solution on like 1C Drive or 1C ERP, but also we started to use 1C real automatization technology. This technology taught us by 1C, and it's worked perfectly. And additional stream of clients appeared instantly. So we just done some revision of current clients and opened their pain points, and just got some money from this easy work. However, one of them was the top 4 software company in the world, and they were very appreciated by our expertise in 1C, and all, for example, local manufacturers, and they were very interested in 1C products, even in the US, because the functionality is huge. And we started to do LinkedIn sessions in online, and with staff who already working in the US. However, they might be not working with 1C products by now, but we know that there are lots of our coders there, and we can use them, and they can give us leads. Also, what we understood that integrations is our power. So we done I think lots of integrations by now. There are QuickBooks and Amazon, very popular in the US. We done PayPal and Clover with POS terminals, also USPS and FedEx, and we can now integrate with Bank of America and Chase. This is very popular integrations in the US. Probably in your country, you can offer our integrations also to clients, if you wish. Also, we understood that with our experience, we can offer to the market our solution. So we found a solution was a cashier. This is for very small retail. We declared it from specific of Russian. We translated it, and nowadays we have active pilots in several countries. If you want to join us in pilots with new product from us, please contact me. Yeah, I think that's it. We can have a touch in Telegram chat or in Telegram or even in WhatsApp. So thank you.
Yeah, once again, thank you very much, Andrei, for your work that is done in a very hard, I would say, in the competitive market of the USA. Looking forward to your growth in 2022. And now I would like to give virtual floor to our partner, Iron Logic, who are working with their own application created based on OneC Enterprise in Australia. And basically, they will tell us more about their experience of working with OneC Enterprise and their solution in one of the Department of Education Services in Australia. So please, Stephen, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, thank you, Egor.
Yes.
All right,
You
can hear me okay, yeah?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so Iron Logic was founded in 2015. Just a little bit of about our company. We started as representative of Iron Logic in Russia, which is one of the main access control manufacturers in Russia. The company's specialization was in software solutions for access control and NFC and RFID technologies at first. One of the projects that's ongoing is an NFC-based cashless point of sale system for offline operations in large concerts and festivals. This, of course, got hit pretty badly by Corona. Right now, we got about 150 business-to-business clients that are working on our hardware and cloud access control solutions. In 2017, we started development of cloud-based platform for logistics companies. This platform includes a mobile app where drivers can get all the details of their deliveries. They can do navigation, and there's a back-end control panel for the operators who are receiving orders and distributing them to drivers. The main features of this product were the convenience of signing on the mobile device, sign-on glass, what is what it's called here, automated delivery docket generation, customer notification, and routing optimization and reporting. So with these solutions, over time, clients needed more and more, and we needed a platform for our solution and a platform that allowed us more easily to offer the additional functionality that our clients were requiring. So we started looking into getting a platform, and of course, OneC was the winner in that. We were looking especially at the pricing, the flexibility, and the technical support, and we've been very pleased with how 1C has filled that niche and given us additional opportunities. So now we're offering fully operational solutions with our highly specialized logistics module. Today, we want to look at a project that we did with the Australian Department of Education, and this is specifically with the pickup of cash from schools and institutions of learning through a security service company called NightGuard. So NightGuard services over 3,000 schools in 3 Australian states. That's New South Wales, Victoria, and Queensland. They've got about 40 drivers and 20 office employees. The whole business before this project, the whole business was basically run on paper and Microsoft Excel. So the company was looking for an automated solutions for their operations. And we began this project with them. We negotiated this project with them when we were still integrating our logistics platform into 1C. And we offered them a free trial without any obligation, basically, to be our guinea pig. That implementation took around 3 months, 5 developers, and there were 6 stages. So here are the stages: the public web access to the system for 3,000 schools, automatic money collection, the Android-based mobile application with integration of infrared or smartphone camera for the barcode or QR scanning, automatic bank notifications of incoming orders, route optimization functions for the drivers, invoice generation for clients, and payroll calculations for the guards drivers. I mean, in this case, of course, the drivers are licensed and certified security personnel. And then there's an enhanced dashboard with live KPI data and reporting for NightGuard's management, as well as the Department of Education. One of the main requirements was to provide a public interface for schools and commercial clients. The interface grants features such as access to order history, functions to raise new orders, change or cancel existing orders, and create orders for installation and maintenance of the security systems that NightGuard also provides to the schools. So the front end was developed using JavaScript frameworks from Google and connected to the 1C platform via the built-in OData interface. Schools can check their own orders, including seeing images of the money bags, the signatures, serial numbers, bank delivery timestamps, and images of the bank receipts and financial reports. Money collection orders. So schools and other clients are, generally speaking, have a regular schedule for pickup. So 1C was configured to design it auto-generates orders on a weekly schedule for different schools and preassigns the drivers with those regular schedules. The platform generates and sends orders on a daily basis to the guards' mobile applications every morning for the next day's shift, for the day's shift. Cancellation can be done by a school via the web control panel. And guards will receive an instant message of cancellations. So that has become a very efficient method for them, because it's much rarer now that someone will show up and the school is not ready for the money pickup that was scheduled. Warehouse and barcoding. The Android-based mobile app for drivers and warehouse operations. Now here we're talking a little bit more about our logistics and our solution in general, not specifically of the money pickup system. The warehouse operations and functionality is designed to perform multiple operations, such as scanning inbound freight to the warehouse, loading the freight into vehicles, warehouse revision, and other operations. If the products are perishable, such as food, the system can inform the operator or driver which shelf or bin the product should be taken to or placed, using a first to expire is first out calculation methods. In the case of schools, money collection, guards can scan the money bag barcodes at the client's site, and 1C will automatically generate a list or manifest of the collected bags, including the scanned serial numbers. At any point in the shift, the guard can send a message to the bank to which he intends to deliver this money, and that bank will receive by email a notification that the guard is coming in within 15 minutes, let's say 20 minutes and half an hour. And that email will have all of the serial numbers of the money bags that are being delivered. So once again, that reduces the amount of time, the amount of time spent delivering to the bank, because they are already prepared with an exact list of what they're receiving. Now, GPS-based orders allocation load balancing. For even distribution of freight or delivery orders, mapping services, our system has a full list of Australian suburbs with a geometrical description integrated into 1C. In the 1C platform, a list of suburbs can be combined into one geographical area, and at the time of order generation or importing orders, the addresses are converted into GPS coordinates and assigned to the predefined delivery zones. Freight distribution. A freight distribution report in 1C is designed to show deliveries for a selected period by delivery zone, with a drill down to the suburb level. And with the experience that we've gained through that, we've got 1C able to generate hints to operators to reallocate suburbs into an optimized framework, so that the suburbs match up. The zones are created to optimize the load on the drivers. So that brings us to route optimization itself. This is probably from a marketing standpoint and from a business standpoint, this is what opens doors oftentimes, that we are able to offer route optimization, but being able to offer a full solution, of course, keeps us, is what really gets us the clients. But this route optimization that is our kind of our specialty is a nice kind of the thing that gets the doors open. So an integrated route optimization module was designed to calculate the best possible delivery or pickup schedule for any number of vehicles and orders. The module works in multiple configurations, including pickups, deliveries, or pickup deliveries when an order is taken from one place and delivered to another on the same day. Timeframes for orders, if an order should be picked up or delivered within a certain window of time, are accounted for, as well as the vehicle attributes such as refrigeration in the delivery vehicles, and it also can account for weight and volume limitations, even to the point of essentially breaking routes into two pieces, calling the driver back to the warehouse to get a second load. So there are a very large number of factors that can be included in that logistics module to accommodate the client's needs. Live tracking and vehicle diagnostics. The next feature is tracking of vehicle information. This can be taken from two sources: the driver's mobile device, where we have the historical and live GPS data, and also from a plug-in OBD device, as pictured here, in the actual plugged into the vehicle's onboard network. So this can cover things like system issues, fuel consumption, mileage, engine idling time, and other parameters. The G sensor allows to retrieving alarms and warnings, so you can check if there has been rapid braking, rapid acceleration, fast lane changes, and it provides an estimation of overall driving behavior. All the data automatically gets saved in 1C Enterprise with user-friendly reports, and live and historical information tracking on the maps are also embedded into 1C. We have some, this implemented for busing, city busing services, and some other companies. Invoicing payroll calculation. So when a driver arrives, the transaction is made and we can produce documents based on that. The data from the driver's mobile app and the OBD smart devices can be used for working hours, daily mileage calculation, quantity of freight delivered, hours spent on the client's site, and more. Based on this data, the 1C platform automatically calculates payouts for the drivers with the various automatic bonuses and penalties. Different delivery zones can be applied with separate coefficients for the payroll calculations. For instance, if a delivery zone is remote, driver salaries can be based on working hours or delivered freight quantity, or a combination of both of those. Reverse invoices can be configured to be calculated on a weekly or monthly basis. NightGuard itself has about 20 paying organizations. The main one, of course, is the Australian Department of Education. There are also fast food restaurants, chains such as McDonald's and KFC. And so the 1C platform automatically generates invoices to payers on a predefined schedule. This can be weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. Some clients are calculated per collection, and some are per collection plus a percentage of the amount of money collected, with separation of coins and paper money. So when a guard enters the amount collected, the system automatically generates prices for that pickup based on the settings and contract with that client. we have the 1C platform is connected to the standard Australian bank feed, so that incoming bank transactions are automatically matched to invoices in 1C, and client account statements can be generated in just one click. So the reporting and key performances, all of the features that we've mentioned are combined into an easy to read indicator dashboard with the statistics of drivers' current operation, as well as the performance for the whole company. NightGuard's front page indicates current deliveries, canceled orders, pending orders on an individual for individual drivers, and also gives an overview of all of those combined across all drivers. When schools cancel orders in less than 24 hours before the scheduled pickup, NightGuard applies a 100% charge. So there's another dashboard with the orders that are delivered or canceled with less than 24 hours that was designed specifically for the Australian Department of Education, so that the payer, that is the Board of Education, Department of Education, has visibility concerning the breakdown of costs by delivery zones, postcodes, and at the suburb level. In 2022, we expect to have two more large projects in the logistics and parcel delivery industries, both of which are served by a nationwide security organization like NightGuard. And we also plan to finish integration with the Australian Taxation Office. So our information is available on information about us is available on our site. And it seems that my last page is not coming up, so I apologize for that. Thank you for your attention, and I'll turn it back to Egor.
Thank you very much, Stephen and colleagues from Iron Logic. Yeah, we work closely on the project within NightGuard, and had weekly meetings with a weekly progress. So I'm quite positive that this year Iron Logic will reach their desired targets of having 2 more projects. And now for our last invited speakers, I would like to invite NFP company with their experience of working with the oldest civilization, and that is actually Iraq country, which is, as I've said before, quite exotic and quite hard as it appears to be to develop business there, but still our partner has achieved several progress in the region. So Victor, Elizaveta, the stage is yours. You can start sharing your presentation.
Let's start. My name is Victor Alexeyev, and I'm the head of 1C software development department at NFP company. Today with me is my colleague Elizaveta Kribazakova. She's a project manager in NFP company. We have prepared a presentation to share you an interesting experience of 1C implementation in a very, very interesting country, Iraq. All of us, I think, studied Mesopotamia at school as one of the oldest civilizations. This is why to be there was very exciting and significant for us. Okay, but firstly, a few words about NFP company. There are loud words in the slides topic, but it fully explains team characteristics. We don't try to be too modest because it's true. The company brought together the experienced specialists from different fields of knowledge. They are listed on the slide, and I just quickly list. This business process methodology, 1C implementation and support, RPA, simulation modeling, risk management and internal control, NSP school also present, and there is also machine learning and artificial intelligence as a separate. Okay, with quantity of fields, with the quantity of employees shows that it is presented by experts. Expertise isn't blurry and is very strong in all fields. Client map includes RBC top 500 corporations and medium business as well. And a lot of companies are, let's say, foreigners in Russia and foreign clients too. We will not stop for long at each of streams. Let's shortly look how 1C streams is presented. This is a classic 1C solution for corporate segment, and also our own products, which significantly extend functionality of basic solutions. That's all about company in general, and let's start the main path of the presentation. Okay, we decided to take two clients from Iraq as an example. We specially prepared contrast examples, one client from the biggest and one from a small. Let's look how relationships developed over time. And one more interesting thing that the first contact with clients were in the same time. So you can see here a heat map of relationships development. The first contact was with small client, just short system demonstration meetings, budget approval process, and we started the contact. The client considered other 1C partners, but it was a classic example of fast sale. We prepared a system prototype even during the pre-sale and made the initial training. It was a key point to make client to be confident in us. And the only reason to contact other partners was checking the budget. Okay, and as you can see, the first prepayment was received almost at the second month from the beginning of the communication. The product went into an active stage, and the actual go live took place in January. At the moment, the next phases of work have started, and the client is on support now. Was the product easy? Far from. Even the initial request was absolutely modest for Russian implementation product and looked like fast implementation, but not. Starting project here, you should be prepared for very unusual terms for the documentation approval, testing, starting work, providing data, and so on. In Russia, we could prepare the similar scope with similar resources, I think, 3 times faster. And this is not the only example. Almost all of our clients here showed the same thing, where will be no quick implementation, where is no our usual pace. Automation for the client, there is a very high increase in labor productivity and have huge effect from implementation. But it must be understood that clients have already tried a lot of local systems, from self-written PHP site to open source system and many solutions from Pakistani, Indian companies, and so on. Automation from the end user point of view, of course, is an additional work. Users are very polite, friendly, and open, but you have to do the project by yourself. To set up the system and to prepare it for go live is a very small task, actually, compared to the fact that it is necessary to find an approach to each end user and actually resell the system to each of them. How it was done and what pedagogical findings were applied in, is a subject for another long history, I think. It's important, I think it's important to mention that develop techniques and skills will work and for another client from this region, but may seem at least strange for us. Okay, regarding big client, 7 months passed from first contact to the contract, and it wasn't just months of waiting. A big job was done with client for this time. A series of carefully crafted demonstration, endless discussion, and adjustment to the scope of work. Only a few people in our company believed that it could be solved, but the client interest grows stronger with each demonstration. For the procurement stage, we have already known the client's business processes in detail, and have even given recommendations on how to change and improve business process. Clients just got used to us and believed in us. According to the results of the tender, which was in August, our company won. Can we celebrate? No, absolutely no. And it is the same for other clients, actually. The winning in the tender there doesn't mean the client's intention or obligation to you. It means only that the formal criteria you fit the best. The contract is not guaranteed. Everything is starting from the beginning, actually. Demonstrations, prototypes, and clients doubt to start the project or not. And it is very possible that after you won the tender, the client will decide not to go to automation at all. In short, after winning the tender, it took another 2 months to bring the client to a contract. First functional subsystem go live was after 4 months. The project is ongoing. The client is satisfied, but with the result, but where is the comment like for a small client? You can't wait Russian terms. According to the terms, the work is minimum 2 times longer. Okay, and let's see the differences between them in additional the scope of automation and business. First client initially requested one thing. The automation platform was chosen independently. The question was only in choosing the contractor. But the big client is another story. 1C was taken only as an outsider for a long list of potential solutions. Nobody seriously considered 1C for further implementation. However, in the current moment, 1C is chosen for the complex automation of whole company needs. And we consider it our great merit and hope that these references will allow us to sell more and more in this region. So let me summarize. That was the main reason and the instrument to make 1C a leader from statistical outsider. I think almost the same as in Russia. The first point is gentle customer care and integrator competencies perfectly close the pre-sale tasks and made clients trust to us. Other vendor prepared just official presentations and template demonstrations. It was that stage of the communication that made client confident that we are those who they need. The second point, perfectly prepared proposal made the position achieved by the first 2 points stronger. The third point, the client needed to find a temporary solution in any platform, and it was really decision point. That's how everything happened. Only our company was ready to implement that solution in extremely short time. And we were presenting once. Go live was in time. And that surprised everybody. And everybody began to believe that 1C is how to say, silver bullet. And here comes the fourth point. 1C is a good solution for everything. We could offer an already existing solution for any needs of clients. Everybody understands that 1C needs adaptation and localization, but a standard solution covers all needs. The success of the fast implementation significantly increased trust in 1C platform. And as a result, they managed clients to use 1C to almost all tasks, which just some exceptions. Okay, it's difficult to keep time. But, next, I pass the floor to Elizaveta. Elizaveta, can you please proceed?
So let me say a few words about the business process that we have automated within the Iraqi projects. On the slide, you can see a number of classic business processes which do not need additional comments. These are cash management, procurement, warehouse, budgeting, claim management, HR, document management. Accounting has some local specific, but in general, this is also base enough. But I want to give some details about rare business processes. Health safety environment, or HSE. As a rule, production companies have the HSE department. This is responsible for PPE, personal protective equipment, medical exams, HSE training and inductions, any incidents with company, checks of proper working conditions. So all these processes were objects of automation. Next one, master data management. Master data management becomes more and more popular in Russia also now. It helps to have strict discipline with master data, and as a result to have a clear reporting and accounting rules. According to the master data management approach, we restrict to creating new master data items randomly and provide tools for requesting and approving them. Let me move to the next group of business processes. 1C web interface gives us the opportunity to automate them. Tendering platform. It gives the opportunity to place a list of tenders, bidders private online interface, and functionality for selecting the best offer. Web interface for partners gives existing partners the opportunity to check shipment status, make finance reconciliation, and ask for payment. Employee account. It is used by employees for pay slips reconciliations, vacation requests, business trip reports, and so on. Now, let's check which base solution and approach we have used for the automation of these business processes. We have a great experience for base automation with two solutions. This are 1C ERP Word Edition and FirstBit ERP. FirstBit ERP has a great reputation in the Middle East region and provides automation results very fast. ERP Word Edition is suitable for complex automation with many related processes and involved departments. 1C document management was used for classic document management tasks and for approval process and notification automation. For HSE department automation, we have used as a base the solution from 1CI ecosystem, existing solution. It had just Russian interface and a lot of references to Russian legislation. So we have made interface translation and delocalized functionality. And now we have solution for these goals which can be used for international market. Also, as you can see, some subsystems were created from the scratch, just using 1C platform opportunities. And for some business processes, we used our own solutions which were created for the Russian market. And I want to tell you a little bit more about some of them. Next slide, please. In this slide, I want to present you a few solutions which were developed for Russia and successfully implemented for international projects. Granat is the first one and my favorite. This is a bundle of advanced methodology and tools for master data management automation. For creation of this solution, we have combined the best practice of the biggest global market player and the 1C platform flexibility. Now this is unique for Russian market and has English interface also. Smart Humax. Smart Humax is a set of tools for speed up HR processes. It helps to collect resumes for candidates and rank them using machine learning algorithm. It contains employee account part, helps to control the employment pipeline and to organize employee development. VBM. VBM is the manager and financial analyst tool for prediction of indicators and KPIs based on collected data of previous periods. VBM is also created with using machine learning algorithms. These solutions were created by our company, and we have great experience and competency for implementation of them. And now they are making the first steps at the international market. And if some of products interest you, please let's keep in touch. Let's discuss it in details, and we will be absolutely glad to collaborate with it. So next slide. At the end of our conversation, I would like to say a few words about the accumulated experience. Of course, the main part of that is localized solutions and subsystems, is accounting, payroll, reporting, HR. This gives us opportunity to propose new Iraqi customers ready solutions and also feel their pains and needs better. Very important thing for us is translation of some specialized solutions in English. They are demanded and up-to-date worldwide and may be used for the different countries. This is HSE module, this is Granat, Smart Humax, and we are ready to implement it with you together. Also need to tell you about methodics which we have developed and which may be used for any international projects. This is pre-sale templates, tender documentation templates, design documentation templates. And if we tell about Iraqi region, of course, now we have a set of reference customers who are ready to share info and experience with the new one. Next. So based on these points, we are going to proceed with the development of the region. One of the main ideas is cooperation with local integrators. We have started this process last year and are developing it, creating 1C competency for the local integrators and employees this year. This is a source of new customers for us, but existing customers hide a lot of opportunity also. As well as in Russia, successfully automated departments attract the attention of the entire company, and the upselling occurs naturally. But unlike Russia, alternative contractors are practically not considered. Registration in the government trusted supplier registry is a technical issue that helps us solve a line of formal problems during the contracting process. So this is our plans. If some points were interesting for you, let's discuss it in details personally. We are open to new ideas and collaborations. So welcome and have a nice day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, colleagues. Yeah, thank you for your time and have a nice day. Egor.
Yes, Victor, Elizabeth, thank you very much for the participation in the summit. Indeed, a huge project and huge plans for the market, a very interesting one. I guess NFP has found their market niche there as well, and looking forward for your successes. As of right now, colleagues, let me just show you. For now, as you can see in the screen, there is a short coffee break planned for 15 minutes. I guess everybody should have a cup of coffee or maybe have a brief lunch to collect the strength. In order to come up to the last part of our session today, which is the validation of market opportunities through pilot projects, after which we will have a Q&A session and open discussions in the format of round tables. So in case if you have any questions, do not hesitate to write them in the chat box. So we will come up to them later and you won't forget them. So the time now is 48 minutes. Let us meet in 15 minutes at 3 minutes of 14:03 by Moscow time. See you in 15 minutes, colleagues. Hello, colleagues. Once again, welcome to the global session of our annual summit. We have stopped before the last part on the last thesis that I would like to uncover today for the validation of market opportunities. That is about exactly what steps do we as the vendor undertake in order to come to the results that we've talked before during the whole presentation. So I hope everyone is well rested, had a cup of their coffee or maybe had a brief lunch and is ready to take part in this last part. And also, once again, any questions, leave them at the chat box of Zoom, and we'll be happy to answer them during the end of our presentation, during the roundtables. So the last part, validation of market opportunities through the pilot projects. Once again, I would like to tell briefly about the solutions that we are presenting to the foreign markets. OneCDrive as our main solution that we try to start the business with in the international markets. The solution for small and medium businesses, the ERP solution. OneC ERP, which is the bigger brother of OneCDrive solution, the ERP for large companies and of enterprise level with complex business processes. And of course, OneC CPM, OneC document management, which can also be brought to the market according to your business needs, the business needs of the country that you are trying to develop business in, and also the possibility to develop your own application based on OneC Enterprise from scratch. Once again, why do we start business with OneCDrive? As we see it, it is much easier and much more effective in terms of the budgets invested to start the business in the market with the solution for small and medium enterprises, because they're quite more flexible. The business processes are less complicated, but still they take into the consideration all the local practices that are needed to be included into the localization. And as well, the projects there are less complicated, less complex than in the enterprise level and take less time to develop. So we see a potential in this regard. As for the industries, once again, we're trying to develop OneCDrive as the solution within the distribution, on-demand services, and services in general, and job shop manufacturing, which means that any order received by the company is unique, and the production or services are made on demand, non-regularly, that means. But as well, if you see a potential of OneCDrive application in any other industry, please connect with us and we'll be happy to discuss on how we can approach that. So, as I've said before, the milestones that we're trying to achieve is to first to understand the market attractiveness on whether or not we should develop the business there. How do we make our researches, apart from doing just the cabinet research? Once we have done the cabinet research and we have understood which countries are more attractive for us and more interesting to develop the business there and start the business there, basically, we totally understand that while we're not present in the market, we won't understand all the local practices, all the local needs, all the local requirements for the localization, for the clients, what do they actually need and what benefits we may bring to them, which is not there yet in the market. So that is the reason why we usually collaborate with local research agencies. We search them through different social media resources, and we make a short list of the ones that we think are more capable of the objective. We define them with our pre-created positioning files on what customers we need to talk to. So what they do is they search for these customers, for these respondent companies due to our specifics and criterias. They find them, and then our marketing team are the one who are doing the communication with the customer. So we make and prepare the questionnaires, especially for this kind of communications with the respondents. We ask them about all of their business processes. How do they work from scratch? Once they receive the order, where do they search for clients? How do they work with the warehouse? And also look into what solutions do they use right now? Are they ready to invest into any other solution? Do they have a need for it? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All these questions we ask in order to understand if there is a real need within the real users of the IT systems, within the real potential customers in the region, whether there is a need for another ERP system, which is in our heads on this stage would be OneCDrive. And recently we have done this in Indonesia, and we see a huge potential of presenting this multi-drive solution to the market. That is why after this stage, if we see positive feedback on the questionnaire, we create the product positioning specifically for this country. Of course, we have a generic positioning for the worldwide scale, but still we do understand that once again, the clients are no same in different countries. So after creating this product positioning specifically for the customers in this country, we start preparations for the testing lead gen campaigns. Once again, as we do now in Indonesia. So the reason for this testing lead generation campaigns is to test whether the respondents were right and whether the positioning that we have created is correct as well. And also the main, I would say, reason is to acquire some first initial pilot projects in the region. And that would be a very important task for us, because what is exactly a pilot project in our understanding? A pilot project is actually a project, a real project with the customer that is done on special terms, sometimes even with huge discounts. The reason for that is we actually are very interested in it because we need to understand the real business process of real customers. So we have a hypothesis in our positioning from the respondents achieved, but we need to test it all during the real project. So the first stage of this pilot project is to make a kind of fit gap analysis. So this stage is usually done together with our OneC pre-sale team, which we created last year. And the main result of this stage is actually understanding how OneC solution fits the customer, whether there are gaps within the solution which we will need to fix, whether it fits as a generic version right now. And as a result, we will get the document together with our partner. We will look into it and define who will create the what part, or whether the gaps that were found during the analysis can be created or are already in the shortlist of development of our product development team. After that, we define the scope of customizations. What do I mean by this? Of course, no solution will fit the end user 100%. And of course, there will be some kind of customizations. But coming to the box of the localization, we need to understand which of the requirements of the customer are basically individual or his own, not scalable to the whole region or other clients, and which can be accustomed to the localized box of the solution. After that, we, as I've said before, implement OneC solution. From our side, this will be an investment in some regard, because we totally understand that this is a risk for the client as well. So we implement this solution to the end user together with our pre-sales team, of course, which will help our partners to prepare the demo cases, to make this analysis, and basically to implement the solution in the end. After 3 to 5 successful pilots, we will create the product requirements document for the whole box of the solution, for the whole localization. This document will define what needs to be done for the box itself. And after that, we'll create the localization MVP based on this document. Who will do which part, whether it will be a partner fully that is doing the localization, or it will be us as the vendor who will create this localization. This is the question for discussions. So any model is possible. But basically, this is what will be done in the pilot projects and the market research. But I've said before as well, we're looking forward to new partners. And for those reasons, we actually defined pretty clearly for ourselves which kind of partners we're looking forward to welcome in the partner ecosystem. And the generic answer would be any partner. We can work, we're quite flexible, as Anna said before. We may be a daughter of the big company, but we're a startup in our philosophy. So as for distributors, if the solution is fit out of the box right now, or when the solution will be a box solution for this country, we okay to work with the distributors which will learn about this software, become a certified consultant, install it, and support as a first line of support. Of course, as I've said before, in Germany, the IT consultants are very popular and have a strong opinion and influence on the opinion of the end users and the clients. So IT consultants are also welcome. We had some also brief experience of working with them in Malaysia. So with the ISVs, I would say that it's mostly interesting to develop their own applications based on 1C framework, because this framework basically allows to do that, allows to develop any kind of applications due to their needs and use the 1C technologies as the base technology. And for the IT integrators, I think the interesting part with them, because their business is, in our understanding and classification, is based on the services for the implementation project. And basically, they're the ones who will be learning on how to customize the solution. So basically, to sum up, we can work with any partner as long as you have the as long as you want to work with 1C, we can come up with any business model. And in this regard, we're quite flexible. To sum all of the global session up, as Vasily, the head of our product development team, said, don't be afraid to start working with 1C. We won't leave you alone on any stage of the business development, on any stage of your plans. So after signing the partnership agreement, you're free to enroll to the onboarding program, which is totally free. And in the end, you will receive the 1C developers and consultants for 1C Drive product. Also, there are free online training on 1CI Academy. There are also tons of guides, video tutorials, FAQs, and other materials, presentations like marketing materials, anything like that. Right now, we focus hugely on developing the knowledge base, basically, on our portal. Also, there is always a help from our support team. You can write to them, and they will try their best to answer to you and reply as soon as possible. And if you're still hesitating on whether or not you would like to try yourself to work with 1C, don't hesitate to write at least to your local BDM responsible for the region. Contact us. Let's discuss everything in more details. And we will be glad to welcome you to our partnership ecosystem, because partners is, I would say, we're mostly proud of the ways that we're able to work with our partners. So thank you very much for your attention. Now I would be glad to receive and answer all of the questions that you have right now.